Okay, let's just dive right into this. Picture this. You're wrapping up your BA in Defense Studies at Madras University. You've got this dream of studying security in Europe, but you absolutely need funding to make it happen. I mean, studying abroad across multiple European countries sounds completely out of reach financially, right? Well, actually, no way. That is exactly what we're going to solve today. Welcome to this explainer. Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the Erasmus Mundus opportunity. Then we'll explore some specific security catalogs. After that, we'll figure out if you're eligible, break down the actual scholarship benefits, and finally, go through the application process. Let's get you from that undergrad degree to hitting submit on a fully funded European master's. All right, Section 1, the Erasmus Mundus opportunity. What exactly is it? Look, if you're sitting in Chennai right now, looking at your defense studies coursework and wondering, how do I take this background global? This explainer is literally built for you. You don't just want a generic study abroad trip. You're looking for a highly rigorous program that validates and really leverages the academic foundation you've already built. So, enter the EMJMJ, or Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters. This isn't just going to one single university for a couple of years. An EMJM is delivered by an international consortium. What does that mean for you? It means you're going to be studying across at least 3 different countries during your 2-year degree. There's a mandatory physical mobility track, so you'll literally be packing up and moving across borders to gain a truly global hands-on perspective on security. It's like a giant puzzle, and you're traveling to put the pieces together. Moving on to Section 2, exploring security program catalogs and finding your perfect fit. We can actually filter the massive European catalog down to the exact security programs you need. Let's look at the 2 flagship programs that are absolutely perfect for a defense student. First up, we've got IMSIS, that's the International Master in Security, Intelligence, and Strategic Studies. This one has a massive focus on intelligence, cyber threats, and strategy. And get this, the mobility track takes you through the UK, Ireland, Czechia, Italy, and Serbia. Then on the flip side, we have JANIS, the Joint Master in Applied Security and Defense. This is heavily focused on applied defense and high-intensity conflict, taking you across France, Lebanon, Romania, Spain, and the UK. Honestly, both are just world-class options totally tailored to your field. Okay, Section 3, are you eligible? Let's talk about turning your BA into an actual offer. Obviously, these are prestigious programs, so what exactly are they looking for? Well, the entry requirements are strict but clear. They want a 2-1 UK honors degree or its international equivalent. And here's where it gets awesome for you. Your BA in Defense Studies from Madras University, that is the perfect international equivalent. It fits right into their strict humanities and social sciences requirement. They're actively looking for backgrounds in politics, peace studies, international relations, and history. As long as you graduate before the master's program actually starts, your academic profile is a fantastic match. You tick all the boxes. Let's jump into Section 4, breaking down scholarship benefits, or as I like to call it, the financial reality. So the academic fit is there, right? But how on earth do we fund it? The contrast here is just massive. Studying across Europe self-funded, that's a huge financial burden. You're talking about covering full tuition, visas, travel between all those countries, plus 2 full years of living costs. It adds up fast. But the EMJM scholarship, it completely removes that barrier. It covers all your participation costs, meaning your tuition is totally handled, and it provides comprehensive support for your everyday life. Let's put some real numbers to this. If you secure the JANIS scholarship, for example, you're going to receive a monthly living allowance of 1,400 euros. That money goes straight to you to cover your rent, your groceries, local transport, basically your daily costs in whichever European city you happen to be studying in that semester. And when you calculate that out over the full 2 years, that brings the total cash value of your living allowance to an absolutely staggering 33,600 euros. That's over 24 months. And let me just remind you, that is entirely separate from your fully paid tuition fees. We're talking about a truly life-changing level of financial support here, specifically designed so you can focus 100% on your studies and your international mobility without stressing about rent. And it actually gets better because being a student from India works right to your advantage here. Programs like JANIS have targeted geographic priority funding with a dedicated budget share specifically for Region 5, which is Asia. They do this to guarantee diverse global perspectives in the classroom. Plus, the whole EMJM framework is incredibly inclusive. They offer up to 60,000 euros in additional support for students who have individual needs or long-term disabilities. Oh, and for selected projects, no student application fees are allowed at all. It literally costs you nothing to shoot your shot. Which brings us to Section 5, nailing the application process. This is your action plan. You have the background, the motivation, you see the benefits. Now we execute. You really need to map this timeline out right now. For the IMSS program, application portals open in October. But look very closely at that second date, January 8th at 1300 UK time. I literally cannot stress this enough. If you miss that strict deadline, you completely lose your shot at the scholarship. Yes, the self-funded deadline stretches out to August 21st, but for the full ride funding we just talked about, early January is your absolute non-negotiable finish line. The application procedure itself is direct, but you've got to follow the rules. You don't apply to some generic European portal, you apply directly online to the consortium institution running the program. You'll gather your Madras University transcripts, your language certificates, and upload everything as a single PDF. But I really want to emphasize step 3 here, writing a precise personal statement. The official IMSSS documentation explicitly warns applicants not to exceed the 600-word limit. They want precision, not fluff. So what exactly goes into those 600 words? The guidelines are crystal clear. You need to outline your motivation, but more importantly, you have to connect the dots for them. Use that statement to directly link your Madras University defense training to your future career as a strategic security expert. And don't forget your life outside the classroom. They specifically want you to highlight non-academic participation, things like NGOs, summer schools, conferences, maybe some socially sensitive political activity. They're looking for a well-rounded global citizen, not just someone with a good GPA. So, we've laid it all out. You've got the academic background, you understand the massive financial and professional benefits, and you know exactly what the timeline looks like. The Erasmus Mundus mechanism is out there actively searching for students exactly like you to build their global cohorts. The funds are there and the programs are waiting. So, are you ready to become a global security leader? Will you be the one to bridge the gap between South Asian defense studies and European security strategy? The ball is in your court.